Africa has been thought by the rest of the world to be underdeveloped despite being rich in talent and resources, and that is no unpopular opinion. But we're slowly catching up. Some car manufacturers from different African countries have been building cars to meet the global standards. And today I'm going to be showing you one indigenous brand from Nigeria. 3 years ago, I reviewed the first generation of the beautiful model. And today I'm going to be introducing you to the second generation of the beautiful Nord A5. This second generation is absolutely stunning and aesthetically pleasing to the eye. So compared to the first generation, it makes that one look like, I don't know what to call it, right? And something even more pleasing is that it comes in the same color as the previous generation of the Nord A5. So for this new one, we get an entirely new chassis that is very beautiful. We have beautiful fully LED headlamps with daytime running lamps down there. We have a cornering lights, which also serve as fog lamps, and a beautiful wingspan grille that spreads all across the front. Moving on to the side, we have beautiful 18-inch alloy rims that are just amazing. And in there, we have ventilated disc brakes. Here, we have power folding side mirrors with side indicators. And moving all the way to the back, of course, we have keyless entry and a beautiful sloping roofline. But even better, we have 158 millimeters worth of ground clearance to suit our terrains. At the back here, we have a very beautiful rear end, and these LED tail lights with this whole light bar that spreads across the back is just very alluring to the eye. We also have a very simple design here with this, well, bumper with the rear parking sensors and what I would like to call a diffuser. I also love how very neatly tucked away the exhaust pipe is so you don't get to see it. Now moving further across, here we have a cute little button that anchors you into what we call the trunk space, which is very decent. And because this car is compared to the likes of the Hyundai Creta, the GAC GS3, and even the Shangan CS35 Plus, I think this is a sizable amount of trunk capacity or cargo space compared to those competitors. So what we have beneath the hood is a beautiful 1.5-litre turbocharged inline four-cylinder with dual variable valve timing. Now, this beautiful engine here is mated to a CVT, the continually variable transmission, and it has a semi-automatic transmission system with 5 gears. So we're talking this car pushes 114 horsepower, 143 newton meters of torque, which is pretty decent for an entry-level car that is super fuel efficient. This car also has a fuel tank that has about 51 liters, and it sends all of the power to the front wheel via a front wheel biased 4-wheel drive system, which is pretty decent. Now, when it comes to the riding dynamics, what you have on the front here, the suspension system are McPherson struts that are independent, and in the rear we have torsion beam suspensions, which make the ride quality very decent for a beautiful car like this. The cabin presents us with a decently built space. So what we have here are soft to touch plastic and faux leather, including this gloss material that just gives this wood design and shine to this. So we also have some aluminium looking bits, which also gives some accent to the car, and it just gives you a very nice feel. So we have a very practical car, a very sizable glove box right here, door bins, and soft to touch leather on the car doors. So what we have on this side, this is a 10.25-inch infotainment screen that is, or it's not compatible, but you have the feature of screen casting or screen mirroring, where you connect your phone through your USB to the screen to have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Here we have our selector, our gear selector, and other features, cup holders, so a decent amount of storage right here in the center. And here we have a beautiful and very comfortable seats that are covered in faux leather. But for the driver, we have 6-way manual adjustment, and for the passenger, we have 4-way manual adjustment. Then here we have our dual zone climate control with 2 USB ports, a 12-volt socket, and on this side we have our e-parking brake, auto hold, and we get 2 drive modes on this car. Normal mode, which also serves as eco, and sport mode. On this driver's side, we have a fully digital gauge cluster, and it shows you all of the information it is that you need to see Here we have a multifunctional steering wheel with audio controls on this side and cruise control settings on this side. So we have an amazing number of features on this car, like a reverse camera with rear parking sensors, just like I showed you before. We also get an array of safety and technology features, which are really decent for a car of this standard. At the back here, we get a decent amount of knee room, headroom, a central AC vent, one USB port, and we get this particular feature. So we have a high-speed alert system that actually lets you know when you're going over speeds of above 125 kilometers an hour, and a speed control system which allows you to set your preferred high speed or highest speed or maximum speed, which is pretty decent for a car that is like this. I like that part. And the audio system, no, we never forget the audio system, because it's one of the things that keeps us going while we drive. It is decent. You get good amount of audio in this car. Driving the beautiful Nord A5, what we have here is a decently powered car that is super fuel efficient and delivers the right amount of power for a car of this class and size. The ride quality is amazing. You do not get a lot of road harshness due to the suspensions. It actually dampens the harshness of the road. It gives you a great amount of road feedback, and driving this car is super fun. The braking is very, very decent and very good for a car of this class still, and it's a fun car to drive. So I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my drive while you watch. While the Nord A5 is a beautiful and very decent car, there are a few things I find a little bit concerning. So, this car costs 28 million naira as an entry-level car, and what we have here is a very decently built car with decently built materials that may not be the most convenient for you as a person, right? However, it doesn't make this car any less of a great car. The drive is great, decent, it is very fuel economical, and it is fun to drive. I mean, it doesn't feel like a front-wheel driven car. So I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you have the opportunity to get the Shangan CS35 Plus, or even the Hyundai Creta, or this, or even the GAC GS3, which would be your pick and why? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for sticking with me up until this extent. If you haven't yet, beautiful people, it's high time you subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, please do the same. Give me a thumbs up, share this video, and I'll see you in the very next one.